Welcome to Sneak Speak.
Sneak Speak. Sneak Speak.
Sneak Speak.
Sneak Speak.
Sneak
Sneak
Speak.
Speak. Sneak Speak.
You're listening to Sneak Speak by Eminem Resell.
Welcome to Sneak Speak, the podcast where we dive into the shoe game, bring you insight on the hottest upcoming releases, and the latest on controversies in the sneaker world. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Sneak Speak. I am your host, Mateo. It is November 21st, 2020. I'm flying solo today in terms of who's with me with the Eminem team. Everybody else happens to be busy tonight. But fear not, because we have a very special guest I'm very excited to have a great conversation with today. I met this guy through Brian. How did I meet you? Okay, so I think Brian was on the podcast. I think he was on episode 2. And then I think like maybe you had reached out to him, be like, "Oh, I'm trying to be on the podcast," or like,
yeah,
it was something like that.
Yeah, because like I saw like he posted it like a screenshot of like the Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh shit, like let me hop on that, and then he gave me Eminem Resell, like the Instagram.
Yeah.
And then I forgot how and then Brian pulled up to me at my house, and then I asked like, "Oh, how do you know like Eminem Resell?" He's like, "Oh, he goes to Cal State Long Beach." I'm like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Like, I bet.
Yeah. So this guy right here met through Brian. Shout out Brian Tovar. Shout out LALB Sneakers. If you haven't checked out season 1, episode 2, make sure you go check that out. Today our guest is Carl Borillo.
What's up, everybody? I really am excited to be here. I've been trying to get on this podcast for a minute now. Excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no worries. I'm glad you're here. It's funny because like we've talked in the DMs for a while. I remember you hopped on one of our live streams a while back, and we were able to like meet for the first time there. But I haven't met you in person yet. We go to the same school, so I look forward to meeting you back when school is back in session.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. Well, yeah. Anyways, it's called Borillo. I'm 20. I go to school at Cal State Long Beach. That's where Brian goes. That's where Mateo goes. My Instagram, follow it at bborillo. YouTube, Carl Borillo. Pretty sure he'll link it if he posts it on YouTube. So how I got into sneakers, I remember I was like third grade where I bought my first pair of Kobe's. It was the 5s.
Oh.
It was like right after the Lakers won their 16th title.
Mm.
And I remember seeing like the Laker colorway of that shoe. I was like, "Dad, I need those. We went to like 3 different malls. And then the last mall, it was a Foot Action. I remember so vividly, like I asked the guy, like, "Do you have these in a size 5? Yeah, I got you." And then he pulled it out, tried them on. My dad bought them for me, and I was like, yeah, that's essentially how I got into shoes, pretty much.
That's crazy. Yeah, dude. Back when I remember like going into Foot Locker and all the Kobe's would be sitting there, and I was like daydreaming about stuff because I played basketball growing up, but I never spent more than like $120 like on a pair of basketball shoes for myself. Like when I was in middle school, like 1, my foot is growing, 2, like I'm not like some AAU player or anything, but I remember I remember really, really wanting the Kobe 11 USAs.
Oh, those were so nice, man.
I remember going into Foot Locker, and then they went on sale. I was like, bro, I want these so bad. And then they released the ADs, and then they had already like shot up in price by then.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm still trying to get those ones. You mentioned your YouTube.
Yes.
And that reminded me too. I think we had a conversation about this also. This was crazy. Carl and Brian, they're both a year older than me. I'm a second year in college. They're both third years, right? You're a third year?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he does have a YouTube. He's got a good amount of subscribers. And when I was a prospective student at Long Beach and looking at other colleges, I got to look up the day in the life of a student at Long Beach or the other colleges that I was looking at. And Carl's video showed up along with like 2 other videos, but his was the best. And I was like trying to put myself in his shoes, and I didn't know who he was at the time, obviously. And then he hit me the DMs. I was like, I feel like you look familiar, but I've never met you on campus. And then I was just like going through YouTube, and I found this video, and then I sent it to him. I was like, yo, wait, no. You posted your podcast on YouTube, and then I checked out your channel, and I was like, wait, I've already seen this video.
Yeah.
So that was a whole nother coincidence. That was amazing.
Dang.
I was kind of freaking out. I just love when stuff is like a small world.
Yeah, it's like a small world type thing. Like it's crazy because like one day, this was when like school was still open, like we could go on campus and stuff. I was just like waiting for my class to start, and then like these 2 people came up to me. They're like, "Oh, aren't you the guy on YouTube who made the video about like this school?" I was like, Oh shit. Like yeah. Like,
Yeah.
thanks for checking it out. But yeah, like
Yeah.
what a small world. And I think like I forgot what it was. I was like looking like watching. I came across your YouTube channel. Like I think you were doing like a Supreme vlog or something.
The box logo one?
Yeah, the box logo one.
Yeah. That one was dope. We
Yeah, it
went in
was.
store. Yeah. So if you
Yeah.
haven't seen that one, make sure you go check that one out. That one was probably one of my better videos. Of course, it gets like I think it has like the most views just because people are always looking up like Supreme in store stuff and
Exactly.
yeah. But thanks for checking that out. I appreciate it.
Of course, man.
Okay, so today we have two topics that I want to talk about. I feel like Carl's going to be a very good person to talk to about this. Like he said, we'll start with the Kobe thing. Like he
Mhm.
said, what got him into sneakers when he was young, Kobe's, and I've been talking to him. He's been on Kobe's, born and raised in LA, right? So you all on that Kobe Laker gang, huh?
Yes, sir.
I'm also a Laker fan. I'm from the Bay Area, but my family's from LA. And growing up watching Kobe, watching the Lakers, basketball's always been my favorite sport. So I think we on the same wavelength here. But one thing that I've been noticing that I'm getting really excited for in terms of the Nike sneaker world is that Nike is starting to retro Kobe's. Technically, they're Protros,
Yeah.
but nonetheless, they've been starting to re-release them. A couple years ago, they started. I think I would say this started with like the Fade to Black pack when in
Well,
Kobe's last
technically, it
season.
started. Do you remember the Prelude pack, like leading up to the Kobe 9?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they released 1 through 8, with different colorways based on like significant events in Kobe's life.
Mm-hmm.
One I can recall is the Kobe 7. So that one was big. Like that,
I was
the
gonna
year that
say that
came
was
out, it was
that's
like
my favorite
the
one. That's my
out of the
favorite one. Is
Prelude
the
pack.
Prelude
Yeah,
7. Yeah.
those were fire. Like that
Yeah.
one was based on the London Olympics. And then my
Mm.
personal favorite was the 5, the Prelude 5. I forgot what that one was based on, but that colorway is so nice.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite things about Kobe's is like Kobe's and Kyrie's. They tell more specific stories than I feel like any other signature player does.
Exactly.
In that, like, even the colorways are like uniquely named. Like off the top of my
Yeah.
head, Brandon, another guy on our team, one of my good friends, his favorite Kobe 11 is the Kobe 11 Achilles heel, which obviously
Oh
represents the
yeah.
whole Achilles heel injury.
Mhm.
But like, you look at the shoe and it doesn't like say Achilles heel.
Yeah.
But then you look into like the meaning of it, and then it's like it's a whole story, as opposed to like no knock on Jordan, but like the Jordan bread or like Jordan white cement, like it's obvious
Yeah.
what that color is. But aside from that, like I said, they've been retroing Kobe's and they've been protroing Kobe's. Protro just means that it's a retro with upgraded materials, like enhanced performance, I would say.
Yeah.
Whereas like Jordans, they have upgraded materials as well, but they're not remaking them for the purpose for you to get on the court and play basketball in them. Like they're remaking the Kobe 4s or the Kobe 5s so that you can go to the gym and perform well in them. That's what Protro entails. I would say a couple years ago, they started releasing like a lot of the Kobe 1s, especially with that big undefeated camo pack. And then they had like
Yes.
the 81-point game, and then the Devin Booker ones, or was it Devin Booker? Yeah, I think it was Devin.
Yeah, it
Booker.
was like
or
a
DeMar
red pair.
DeRozan. Yeah,
I think it was a DeMar one. That was like black and red.
yeah, they had a few, right, and then they kind of skipped over 2 and 3 for the most part.
Mhm.
I don't remember them releasing any, at least in the past couple of years. But then they released like a ton of 4s. Most
Yes.
popular, like probably the undefeated pack again, the Del Sols, the draft day ones, the Wisnard ones.
Mhm.
And then now they're releasing the 5s, as we all know. That was all before Kobe's passing. And then obviously Kobe unfortunately passed away. And then the first ones that they released were the big stage, which right now is like probably the number 1 or number 2 shoe that I'm after right now. So if anybody has a size 10 Kobe 5 big stage, hit me up. Those ones, the Lakers ones, the 5 rings, we've seen all the ones that are coming out, right?
Yes.
And we've all heard about the rumors for the Kobe 6 Grinch. So I'm assuming that they're going to continue to release Kobe 6s in 2021.
Yeah, that's what I would assume too.
So my question that I want to talk about with you is, do you think that they're going to continue to do this and just like kind of follow it up like Jordan is, because Jordan doesn't do it in order, but what I'm saying is like they're gonna keep retroing stuff and continuously make a Jordan 35 and then a Jordan 36, right? They're gonna keep making the new Kobe's, but also be following it up like with its past like trailing behind, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts? Like, one, do you think that's what they're doing? And two, do you want that to happen?
Obviously, like before Kobe passed, like I didn't mind, the Protros because like, again, like growing up, like Kobe is my favorite player of all time. So, I didn't mind, them Procho and Kobe's, whether it's like the 1, the 4, the 5. But like after his passing, like, I actually like respect Nike for kind of holding off on like, the Prochos that were supposed to release, like,
Yeah.
within the time Kobe died. They didn't want to do it like soon after. So they waited for August 24th, which we all know.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, like right now, like the for them to Procho Kobe's, especially like the Bruce Lee, the 5 rings and whatnot, like I don't see any problem with that. The only problem I see or I have with that is like the reselling aspect of it. Is like before Kobe's used to sit, like
Mm-hmm.
regardless if it was like a shoe coming out that year or a Procho, like they used to sit. Because at the place of work where I work at, like Kobe 1 sat, the draft day Kobe 4s and the Wisnards, they sat until Kobe passed away. As soon as he passed
Yeah.
away, like they were all gone.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, as far as them like pro showing like the 6 and onward, if they do that, I don't really see a problem with that because there's a lot of diehard Kobe fans out there and a lot of people who want his shoes, especially something like the Grinch where it's very sought after in the
Oh
Kobe
my,
shoe
yeah.
community.
That
Like,
could possibly be the shoe of 2021. Hot
yeah,
take.
it
I
could
don't know
be
exactly what's
possibly.
coming out, but I think that
Yeah.
could be in the conversation for like the Nike shoe of the year.
Yeah, because I don't think there was any other Kobe 6 colorway that was like that big other than like the Grinch and I think what else? I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. Man, but yeah, honestly, like I don't see a problem with them like pro showing like anything. Because I really feel like they're just gonna pro show Kobe's that like are like the most popular. I don't think they're gonna do
Yes.
like 1 through let's say like 10. Definitely not 10. Not
Yeah.
everybody liked the Kobe 10.
Okay. Well, here's what I was gonna say, because I really
Yeah.
hope that they do continue to do it, because my favorite Kobe model of all time is the 9, and my
Yes.
favorite one to play in is the 11. And like I
Yeah.
said earlier, my friend Brandon, he beat his 11s and he really wants a new one,
Jesus.
but it's impossible to find a new one. So we're
Yep.
both hoping that they're gonna protro, because if they start protroing the 9s, I'm telling you, I'm gonna buy them all. Like that, like that is my thing.
I only have one pair of 9s, and it's the very first. It was the very first, the low top they did, the Bruce Lee one. I
Oh,
bought that
that's
way
a good
back in
one.
8th grade, and I still have them. I still fit them,
Dang,
like which is crazy.
that that is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yup.
Yeah, I've had to, do some hunting for the ones that I have. I mean, I ended up buying them used because I just wanted to play ball in them anyways, but
Yeah.
I really would really love to see them continue to pro show them.
Hmm.
And it would also be interesting to see like what can they possibly like upgrade on like the 9s and 11s. Like when we get into the future, like if that's so far ahead, like even like the 7s or the 8s, like what could
Yeah.
they upgrade? Because personally, I didn't like the 4s and the 5s before they started pro showing. And the main reason was because the upper material just looked really stiff.
Yeah, it did.
And like the fly wire on the side, just like it didn't seem like it was doing anything. And
Yeah,
then they
it was
came
like
out with the
used.
8s. Yeah, and the 8s were like a lot more lightweight. And I was like,
Hmm.
okay, like I like those seem more comfortable, right? And
Hmm.
then now they're pro showing the 5s and the 4s, and those are a lot more lightweight and they are less stiff. So I do like those. I didn't think they were ugly. I just thought that they would be uncomfortable to play in.
Yeah. I guess I can agree. Like, because with the 8, like that one was a really good shoe to play in.
Yeah.
Because the material on the shoe was really nice. It was lightweight. They call it EM, but it stands for engineered mesh,
Yeah.
which is really nice. Also, the fact that you can switch out the insoles
Mm.
because they came with like different insoles you can buy at like Foot Locker or Nike when those were out.
Yeah.
That was like crazy. You can have like a Lunar Lawn insole if you guys remember what Lunar Lawn is,
Yeah.
and then you
At
can
this
switch
point,
it to
it's
like a Zoom like heel insole.
yeah.
That shit was crazy. Same with the 7s too. You can do that too.
Yeah, to have the ideas to like do that. I was gonna say I have a pair of 7s, and it's one of the system ones where you can switch out the insole and it's like attached to the ankle support. So like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bottom still has like the zoom heel, but one of them is attached to like a neoprene ankle velcro thing that straps around.
Yeah.
And so like it turns into a mid top. That's pretty dope.
I know that was like so innovative back then.
Yeah.
Like I'm still looking for like the other insole with the heel with the strap. Like I only have the regular one.
For you have a pair of sevens.
Yeah, I found them at Ross.
Damn. So I want to ask you this. You seem like
Yeah.
you are a Kobe collector. I feel like I don't think we've ever talked about like which Kobe's you have, but which, at least for the models, which models do you have, and do you like which ones are you trying to get after too?
So right now I have the 7 and the 9.
Mm-hmm.
What I really want are obviously the 4s and the 5s. There's specific colors for the 4s I want, but they didn't Procho it from what I can recall. I think it was
Mm,
part of the undefeated pack, but it's the purple one.
mm.
For the 5s, the only colorway I want was the one I had when I was a kid, but obviously they're not going to Procho that.
Which ones were those? I forgot. Did you say which ones those were?
It was a Laker colorway, that's all I know.
But not the new Laker one that
Not the
came
new
out.
one, yeah. It was these. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, those are hard.
I know. These are the ones I bought when I was a kid.
Yeah, those are tough. For
Yeah.
everybody that can't see it, he's showing me it's like a black midsection, a gold heel, and a purple toe, and a gold swoosh.
Yes.
That looks like something that you would custom as a kid. Like you would
Exactly, yeah.
just hop on there and just make your dream like team colors. And for me, I've been saying this, and this is why like I'm excited that they're gonna continue to protro the
Mhm.
Kobe's. Is I've wanted to complete the set from Kobe 6 all the way up to Kobe AD, like the first ADs.
Yeah.
I just want to have like one, at least one of each model. And the only
Mhm.
one that I need is the 8.
Mhm.
I didn't think that the 8 was going to be the hardest one to get, but I cannot find a size 10
Yeah,
8.
Kobe 8s are so hard to find, especially
Yeah.
in like dead stock condition for a good price.
Yeah, they don't even need to be dead stock. Like as long as
Yeah.
they're in like good condition, like I'm going to play in them anyways. So
Yeah.
I'm okay with buying like used shoes like
Mhm.
that. And then now that they've protroed the 5s, like I said, I'm in love with the big stage because I'm like my favorite color combo is white and metallic gold. And like I'm pretty childish, so like I love that pattern on the inside. Like
Yeah.
that stuff it's just crazy enough for me to love it. And then because the 4s have been upgraded and they're so nice now, I do want a pair of 4s also. So now I kind of want all the 4s all the way up to the first ADs.
AD. Yeah.
And so really just the 4, 5, and the 8 is what I need.
Mhm.
And that's been like something that I've been wanting to do. And people are always like, "Oh, you just want to do it now because they're hard to get." Like, not really. Okay, it's actually like ironic and kind of sad that
Yeah.
Kobe passed on January 25th or 26th. On the 25th, I had posted something on my Instagram like, "Sell me Kobe 11s" because that's the one that I was looking for at the time. Like,
Yeah.
sell me Kobe 11s and ADs, and then like it was still on my story the next morning when
The
like
next
people were
day.
like, and I was like, how much of
How
a
ironic is
coincidence is
that?
that? Yeah.
Yeah.
But like Kobe's are my favorite basketball shoe to play in. It doesn't matter what Kobe, like they've all performed great for me.
Mhm.
And so that's why I'm very much looking forward to the pro troing here.
For whoever's out there listening that is a Kobe fan and wants a pair of Prochos, just because like let's say like the most recent Procho that came out, it's sold out. Just like explore all your options, like if you really want that Procho so bad, do what you gotta do to get it.
Mhm.
And for the resellers listening out there, you gotta know what your market is. I'm not like necessarily bagging on you or anything like that,
Nah,
or
I got
bagging on anyone specifically. But you gotta know when you're handling Kobe's, you gotta know what your market is. Like you can't, let's say like triple or double, let's say like market value just to get like whatever profit off of Kobe's. You gotta
yeah,
know you gotta know who you're dealing with. It's people who want Kobe's desperately and are looking to get a pair of Kobe's because probably they never had one before, or they've had that model before, but they want a chance to get it again.
yeah,
It's just so refreshing to see like these old Kobe's coming out again, and there's that
yeah,
excitement for Kobe's.
yeah.
Because I mean, I'm not saying it's because he passed away. It's just due to the fact that like Nike knows like there's a big community
Like
of
this is what we've been wanting.
exactly.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're retroing it or protroing it in the right way is like refreshing to see. So
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. I did buy a pair of Kobe's to sell. So I got no, I didn't get early access. I got second chance on the 5 rings, but I really only bought it so I can try to trade it for the big stages.
yeah,
But like if I have to sell it, all that money is gonna go towards getting the big stages because they
hmm
didn't give me second chance for the big stage. They gave me it for the 5 rings.
for the
But
five
like
rings, yeah,
I would say for like all the resellers out there, there's still a lot of hate. It's still kind of dwindling down. Like don't resell Kobe's or like it's okay to sell Kobe's. we have a whole other episode on that. We have like 2 episodes on that.
Mhm.
But I would just say make sure, like, just please try to balance, making your own bread and not taking advantage of the people that are willing to fork up their own hard-earned money. Like, there got to be a balance. Like, if they're reselling, they're reselling. That means there's demand. Fine, you can make some
Yeah.
money off of it. But like, don't take advantage of someone because they're willing to pay over market doesn't mean you should charge them over
Charge them like
market.
rape or whatever. It's like the same thing with like PS5s.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
God, that I don't
PS5
like.
Xboxes. I know people are selling it for 1,000.
I'm not a fan. I don't understand how they sell for 1,000. They don't even go for
They don't
1,000.
go for that much.
I don't agree with it really.
Yeah.
Same as I didn't agree with reselling the Kobe jersey because nobody was
Oh
really
my
reselling
God.
jerseys. Was reselling jerseys, nor were they reselling game consoles. Like, reselling shoes has
Yes.
been a thing. Reselling camera parts has been a thing. Like, there's certain categories that have been in the resale world for a while, like pops,
Yeah.
like action figures, toys. Gaming
Yeah.
consoles were never really a part of that. Like, old gaming consoles, yeah, like
Yeah, for sure.
N64s and like GameCubes and stuff, like retroing stuff. Like, no one was reselling PS4s or PS3s or Xbox 360s.
Mm-hmm.
So why are we doing that now?
I don't know. And it's such like bad timing too because it's the holiday season. Everybody's trying to
Exactly.
get like a PlayStation or Xbox
Bro.
for like their kids. I saw this post on Instagram where it was like a guy who owns a cook group. Shout out Yamo. I don't know if he's gonna listen to this, but he was saying to his like people in the cook group like it's the holiday season. I know everybody's planning on reselling PlayStation and Xboxes. Like don't be too harsh on these people just because they give you a low offer. You know,
Mhm.
sometimes there's people who can barely afford to, pay like
Like
$500,
retail.
let's say, for a PlayStation or
Yeah.
Xbox. So be considerate.
Hell yeah.
And, if these people are willing to pay like an X amount of money for a PlayStation or Xbox, work with them. Like
yeah.
don't be greedy for the money. Like it's the holiday season, give back to the people. That's what the whole point of the reselling game is about, is to give back to the people one way or another.
It really is.
And at the same time, make your bread.
It really is.
In terms of Kobe's, like, Nike's doing their part, giving back to the community, but giving Kobe's that these people have been wanting for a long time. And if it's being eaten up by these resellers who just want to be greedy and like, make a profit off of somebody and like try to control the price or control the market for these things, like that's not fair, honestly.
Facts. Big facts.
Wait, hold on, give me 1 sec. Hello.
Yeah, what's up?
Sorry, my Alyssa's on the phone. What's up? Oh, I'm wait, let me show you. Here's Mateo right here.
Hello. Should we keep her on for the next segment?
do you wanna hop on? Do you wanna say something for the next thing? The sneaker shopping for you and your significant other.
Get under pressure.
Oh,
Shy.
that's okay. But yeah, we're in the middle of recording right now. All right, I'm gonna get back to the recording, okay?
Okay.
Okay, love you. Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
You're good.
Yeah,
That was
'cause she
your
was
girl?
watching yeah, that was my girl. She was watching a movie. See, I didn't mean to cut you off like that. I'm so sorry.
No, it's good. I'm pretty sure I was done talking about it, and I was gonna say that's a pretty good segue. That is a very nice segue into our next topic. Your girl just called, right? And
Yeah,
I've
she
seen
just called.
on your Instagram. Y'all are cute, okay? I've swiped up on a lot of their stories. These guys are one of those like couple sneakerhead goals. You know what I'm talking about? So
Yes,
I
sir.
think it's dope that you have a girlfriend that is into sneakers too. I do want to know off the bat, was she into sneakers before you guys started dating, or did you like kind of get her into it?
I guess you could say that I kind of got her into it. Like I know when I first met her, when I first like laid my eyes on her, it was like in my Spanish class. She walked in that first day. She had like an antisocial hoodie, like the plain black one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she's like a little hype bae. Like I'm like saying that in my head.
Yeah.
And then like a couple days later, she walks in with a college shirt. I'm like, okay. And then when we started talking, we like FaceTime for the first time, and she had what the hell was it? Sesame Yeezys, the Sesames, the Yeezys.
Yeah.
So cute.
Like turn on.
And
It's a
yeah, it was like instant, like, oh my god, like I gotta date her. And so after that, like we started dating here and there. The first shoe she's been eyeing the pine greens. I was looking for a good a good price in her size for the pine greens, but then she ended up buying it herself. And then the first shoe I bought her were a pair of Sakai's.
Oh, those were from you? The nylon?
Yeah,
the white
second this. Oh no, I found the Sakai's, but she paid for it,
Oh,
so it's
okay.
not from me. I technically helped her out, which
You
kind of
linked-
doesn't
you
sound
linked
right.
You linked her.
Yeah, I mean, I put her on to like Fear of God, let her borrow some of my Supreme stuff. But those UNC lows were like the first shoe I bought. It was for our anniversary.
Mm.
because she wanted the UNC highs, but resale on those is like tax right now. So
Yeah. Yeah.
a homie hooked it up for a good price, like I think below market for the UNC lows. And then from there, like like that's just been our thing,
That's dope. That's
trying to get
awesome.
sneakers for each other. Like we just
Yeah.
bought blazers, like like regular blazers, like the
Yeah.
same color for the both of us. We wore it to dinner. Pretty dope.
hmm So that was one of my questions too. Is how do you feel on? Because I've seen you guys, you match sometimes. You'll match with the same
Yeah.
shoes. Other times you'll wear like your own stuff. So this question I had best shoes to get her for Christmas. So I want you to think Christmas morning. All right, y'all get each
Mhm.
other one pair each. She's getting
Mhm.
you one pair that's just for you.
Mhm.
You're gonna get her a pair that's just for her, and then you each are gonna go and get a pair that's a matching set for both of you. So which ones? What are those three gonna be?
All right. So in terms of the shoe for her, like I texted you earlier, it has to be the mochas.
Oh yeah.
Like for her, specifically for her, it has to be the mochas. In terms of myself, I mean, it's not really a shoe, but like I really want. I'm not saying I really want, but like those bone Yeezy slides.
You texted me about
Yeah,
this a
like
while ago too, I think.
yeah, those. That's
Yeah.
what would be for myself. In terms of together, it has to be St. John or no, Kentucky Dunks.
Ooh.
Yeah, Kentucky
Ooh.
Dunks.
Those ones are, I would say, out of the basic ones like Kentucky, Syracuse, St. John's, those ones are the best ones. I thought that might be like not the right shade of blue, but I actually like really love that one.
Yeah, it's more like a
Like
Duke blue, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
but it's still nice.
yeah. I don't know how I wonder how they originally came up like which blue school are you gonna name it after? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Like
Like
you just make a blue,
I
you make a blue dunk and like, all right, we'll call it Kentucky. You're like, okay.
like shade the Duke or I don't even know what other blue
Yeah.
school whatever. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, I got you.
that's
Because
funny.
I think before they were lows, they used to be mid like the highs. So
Yeah.
like St.
Oh,
John's before it was a high.
they had that's what it was. They had like the eight original colors
Yeah,
when
exactly.
they first came out.
Hmm.
But I didn't think it was a specific school. Like I don't think they called it the Kentucky. They just called it like the blue one and then like it was
Yeah, the
geared
blue
for like the
one.
Kentucky guys and like the Duke guys.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But
I
that was
don't know
cool and
either.
like that's how like they first for those of you that don't know, I think that's how like they first advertised it is the Dunk was originally supposed to be a basketball shoe.
Hmm.
And they started gearing it towards like making them team colors. And then skaters started wearing them and they started skating in them. So then they started making them like an SB Dunk. But that's just kind
Yep.
of how that happened. Anyways, the other side of things, when it comes to finding that shoe for your girl or significant other, whether you're a girl listening shopping for your guy, or a guy shopping for a girl, or a girl shopping for a girl, guy shopping for a guy, I feel like it's a lot harder to find women's sizes. By that I mean
Yep.
smaller sizes, because at least for grade school, I say most girls fit into the grade school sizing, which would be like 8.5 women's and below, at least for Nike. But then on the other hand, a lot of times when you find it, they're cheaper
Mhm.
than the men's. But sometimes when you in the resale market, sometimes they're worth more than the adults. So I want to ask you, in your past experience, how has that been trying to shop for your girl?
Well, when it comes to like resell, first thing I'll do is like text the group that I run, like, oh, if you guys got this and like this size, let me know. And they usually hook it up for like a good price. Most of the time it's under market. But other than that, if like they don't have it, then I gotta like search like pretty much like I gotta go on a journey. Like I'm on like
Hmm.
other Instagram resale pages, OfferUp, StockX, Go. It's a hassle, man. Like speaking about the mochas, like it's so hard to find. Like in her size for a good price.
Yeah.
Like I mean honestly, like the most I'd pay, like I told Alyssa would be like 380 the most I'd pay.
Mm-hmm.
But luckily, like my manager from the place that I work at said he'd help me out, like looking for a pair in that size. So hopefully he pulls through. We'll see.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to
But
look for
yeah,
you too. I definitely want that to happen. So
yeah, let me know. But
yeah, same with the
anyone out there
slides.
listening, you got a 4.5 in the mocha, let me know. You know my max price, but if you're willing to haggle a little bit, let me know.
That's the
Um,
thing. Like just cause like you said your max price and people are gonna come at you and be like, oh, I got you for
yeah, like
380. But like, come on, hook the boy up. He's not buying for himself.
yeah,
Give him
it's
a
not
little
for me.
deal.
Like I'm trying to, I guess like what do you call it? Spend a little, but at the same time, like not pay market price. You know, I mean, I don't mind paying
like
market price,
splurge,
but
but
like,
like splurge, but you can't give up everything.
yeah, exactly. But like, but yeah. But in terms of like her shopping, or if me shopping for her, like let's say like at PacSun or like Foot Locker Champs, whatever. Again, like it's like a gamble. It's like 50-50. Like,
So you're saying it's like just as hard as it is to find shoes for her as it is for you?
in a way, yeah. I mean, right now, like we're both in a phase where we want Jordan ones or Dunks. Obviously, like Dunks are mostly exclusive to skate shops,
Hmm.
like other boutiques. But if it's like a Jordan 1, at the place where I work at, if I'm able to get like her size, then I'll get her size and my size. But most of the time, if I'm just like at another store just looking, and if there's like a shoe like I look at like, oh, she might like these, I might consider buying it. But then I think about like how is she gonna react, when if I do buy it and she had like looks at them, I kind of doubt myself like, oh, I don't know, she might not like these. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, it's honestly it's like a gamble. Honestly, like in terms of shoes, like it's a gamble. But clothing wise, like I think I'm pretty familiar with what she wants. She's into mostly she's into like vintage stuff right now, which
Mm.
obviously is pretty easy to come across. But thrift stores in SoCal are so lackluster with vintage just because like everybody's on that right now.
Yeah.
But I got a couple people who can help me out, so which is good. In terms of like streetwear wise, like Fear of God, this and that. I guess that's a little bit easier just because they're more accessible, especially at PacSuns.
Mm.
So that's a little bit easier for me to find.
Yeah.
But
Those
yeah,
Fear God basics are super underrated. I mean, resale market aside, like we don't care about the resale market, but like
yeah,
just to have those basic pieces that are just like such a unique fit, I think is essential.
yeah, it really is.
Anyone trying to get more into fashion,
Start with
honestly.
Fear of God. Shout out Jerry Lorenzo for like release like doing more drops of the essential stuff. It used to be like one time in the spring and one time in the fall. Now it's
Yeah.
like 2 to 3 times like each like season. So which is dope.
Yeah. I believe in an interview like a long time ago that he said that was his goal. He like wanted to make something new, something like futuristic, but make sure it's accessible to everyone. And he does have his higher price tags, but like he does have like,
Yeah.
the budget stuff that you can get at PacSun too. So
I think like that was a complex interview or something like that.
yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Mayor.
I feel like Jerry Lorenzo and don't tell me the guy that owns Kith.
Ronnie
Uh,
Feig.
Damn. Okay, yeah. Those two guys are like super interesting guys. Like they
Yeah.
have whenever like I love watching their interviews or reading about their interviews because they got really nice takes on a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we don't have any Q&A because I want to spend a lot of time on those two discussions. And thank you for having such great insight. I loved everything we talked about. Good luck to you in finding what you need for your girl for Christmas.
Oh, for
and
sure.
finding stuff
Thank
for
you.
yourself. I would definitely be trying to help you out there. Tell the people what your size is. I'm sorry, I don't know if you said your size already.
Yeah, so my personal shoe size, most of the time it's 8.5, Yeezys size 9. But for my girl, preferably 6 women or 4.5 grade school. Let me know. But yeah.
I'm out here with the men's 10 and no girls, so hit me up. So this week like I said, we don't have Q&A or sleepers, but we were talking about the Kobe's earlier, and I do want to talk about these two upcoming Bruce Lee Kobe's. Just a little backstory. The Bruce Lee Kobe 5s were the original ones. They were like a yellow, black, and hints of red. I believe it was a 2010 drop. Probably one of the most iconic Kobe's out of everything. Like out of all the models, all the colorways. I would say those, the Grinches, and like countless All-Star and Christmas ones.
Yep.
The Kobe 5 Bruce Lees definitely stand out. Like Carl said earlier, he has the Kobe 9 Bruce Lees, which was an easy inspiration throwback to the 5s, where it copied the same color scheme and had the same detailing. The other Bruce Lee that I'm thinking of is the Kyrie 3 collab with Kobe, and they did like a Bruce Lee colorway on the Kyrie 3, which was super sick.
Fire.
That one was great.
Yeah.
And then they like mashed up their logos. And I thought that was
know.
sick too.
Oh god.
That was amazing.
I know.
So now they are protroing those Bruce Lee Kobe 5s. But in addition to the yellow colorway, they're coming out with an alternate white colorway. Just a little more backstory on where like the color stems from. obviously Bruce Lee, great martial artist, turned actor, and a lot of great movies. Mainly known for his fighting. I'm not gonna act like a fake fan out here. I haven't really seen the movies, but if you don't know who Bruce Lee is, like you must be living under a rock. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did a little research. The yellow pair is a nod to the jumpsuit that he wore in the movie Game of Death, which was 1978 film. And the slashes, there's like little red slashes, like 4
Yeah,
scratches.
it was on his face.
Yeah, so those were in the movie Enter the Dragon, I believe, which was 1973, and he has like these scratches all over his face and his chest and his arms. So that was implemented onto that that yellow shoe. And this alternate version, the yellow shoe was on the 5s, the 9s, and those Kyries. They never released a white like alternate version like this, but the white alternate version is a nod to his outfit from that same movie, Enter the Dragon, with the slashes from 1973. He wore like a white and black and I believe red. I think there was some red in it, but those 2 shoes are symbolic of those 2 outfits from those 2 movies. What are your thoughts on these 2 Kobe's? Which one are you picking?
I'm not saying this because I have the Kobe 9, but like the yellow one is the one that I need. I need that one. Other than like I was saying, other than like the Laker colorway that came out this year, like the Bruce Lee Kobe 5 like is the one that I need for sure. And plus like seeing other people with it, like the original pair, like I wouldn't honestly, like if I were to hit on those, I probably wouldn't wear it. I would just like display it just because like it's more of a work of art than it is a sneaker.
Yeah, some shoes be like that, and that's
honestly,
that's what I love. That's what I love about this sneaker game. Is like some shoes just like everyone's like, oh, shoes are meant to be worn. Some shoes just really aren't. Some are just meant to be looked at and admired. Like if that's how you're feeling on the inside, like if it's that nostalgic if it holds that much nostalgic value with you, like why not just display it instead of putting up like a picture frame with a piece of art on canvas in it? Like why not just put a shelf, put that shoe on there? Kind of the same thing. Other people who aren't sneakerheads would be like, nah, y'all crazy. But like I mean, that's your opinion. We out here, we would do that all day. Personally, I'm taking the white pair only because I love the yellow pair, but I'm just not like a neon guy. Like I'm not like a bright color guy like that. The white pair is clean. I would definitely say that obviously the yellow pair is more iconic, but I do like how the white pair looks. That's my
the white pair is pretty clean too. Like I probably if I were to get both, like I'd wear the white pair to play in.
Yeah. Resale market on both of these I believe is sitting pretty well above 300. Obviously, I expect them to drop because they haven't released yet, but I do also expect them to be worth more than any of the 5s that have come out because of that nostalgic value that it has, and because it's such an iconic like this is like a Grail Kobe for a lot of people, like the original one. This would be a night like if you can't get your hands on like that old one, like I said, it's over 10 years old. Like this is a great one to have.
Exactly.
And so I'm super excited to see if I land any of them. But if I'm being completely honest, I probably just put it up for a trade for those big stages. Those big stages, like I've been waiting and waiting.
Yeah, like for the right time to get them.
I've been waiting like over a year and a half. Like when they were rumored, I have a screenshot on my phone from like September or August or something, because they were loaded on sneakers before Kobe passed away, and then they took it off, and I was like, oh, obviously I understand, but I was like, God damn, I have to wait.
Like, put it back.
Yeah. and then I remember when they reloaded it on the sneakers, I was freaking out. And because they loaded up the Lakers ones first, and I was like, I posted it, and I was like, oh, not the big stages, but I guess I'll take it. And then like 30 seconds later, they uploaded the big stages, and I was like, what did I tell y'all? I was like, I'm getting a pair of these. Don't worry. I had like 16, 17 people going for me that morning. I asked people to go make accounts and like try to get them for me. I didn't land a single pair. I didn't land one.
Damn, usually you would land at least like one, hopefully two.
Hopefully, but nothing. That was trash, but.
Yeah. Speaking about like right time to buy a Kobe. So usually, when you go to a shoe store, you see like an empty slot of like on the wall. So when we close, like I gotta like fill that slot. So I'm in the back, just like trying to find a shoe to fill up the slot, and I see this black box. So I don't know if you guys know, Air Forces either come in a gray box or like a black box. So I pulled the black box, and on the lid. It's the Kobe logo and the signature. I'm like, no fucking way.
What?
I look at the size, it's a size 8. Like I can still fit a size 8.
What?
I open it, it's the 5 rings. I'm like, what the fuck?
No way.
Like somebody returned a 5 ring, probably because it brick, but wow. I'm like, you know what? I'm putting this to the side. I'm gonna buy it when the time is right. But now that the blues are coming out, like I can hold off on that one for a little bit.
Yeah, just buy that one. Someone else is gonna get it. Someone else will get it. Just buy it. Like if when
I
you
have
get
it
a
on
shoe
hold
like
in the
that,
bag, so like nobody's
Yeah.
gonna touch that.
yeah, when you find a shoe like that, you just take it and then just side swap it, or like you'll just use it as trade bait later on. But like
Yeah, probably.
opportunities like that don't just come, and especially being an employee, like I mean, I work at Vans. It's nothing like too special, but us at Vans, we have like our own our own Vans grails that like aren't worth much,
Yeah.
but we know that they're rare, and like we'll find some stuff in the back and we're like, when did we get these? And like put it aside, and that
Yeah.
that excitement is just like a whole nother
No,
level.
that gives you like a special feeling. Oh shoot, like
Yeah.
like knowing that like your store like didn't get these
Yeah.
or whatever it is, and like seeing it, like oh shoot, like gotta stash it.
Yeah. I think that's all we're gonna have time for today. Thank you to Carl for being on the podcast today. Really, really enjoyed talking to him. He has his own podcast on his YouTube channel that he was talking about earlier. If you want to link it one more time for him.
Yeah, it's called the Hype Sense Podcast. We're only 2 episodes in. Episode 3 for sure is gonna be with Mateo, so stay tuned for that. Eminem
Yo,
resell
I'm
listeners
excited.
or
I'm excited.
sneak speak listeners.
Yeah.
I just still need to figure out like what topics we're gonna talk about.
Yo, I'm excited.
I'll figure it out. I'll reach out to him. We'll get it going.
Coming soon.
But yeah, check it out. Hype Sense. Recent episode we talked about I guess it was a while ago. We talked about like iPhone 12 stuff, and then like upcoming shoes at the time when we recorded that. So check it out. Hope you guys enjoyed that.
Yeah, I do enjoy listening to his podcast. And I knew that this episode with us right now, I knew this was gonna be special, and I told him that because when I was listening to his podcast, I was like, oh, that's like I wanted to contribute so bad, and I was like, they're hitting on points that I really want to touch on, and so I knew that this one was gonna be a great flow, and I think it was. So I really appreciate you being here with us. Again, make sure to go check out the Hype Sense podcast on Carl Borillo's YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure you just search up your name, it should be there. Otherwise, Instagram B Borillo. You can DM him for his links there. I think that's it.
Yeah, again, thank you so much for having me on. It's been a minute. We finally made it happen.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
Yeah, we had a pretty good conversation today.
Yeah.
Like I know we touched about like the whole Kobe topic, months ago.
Yeah.
Right immediately after his passing, which I enjoyed doing the first time, but now that we get to go a little bit more in depth, seeing all these photos coming out, like I really enjoyed doing that.
Yep. Maybe that PS5 conversation we can continue on his podcast. If you want to hear how we feel about reselling game systems, maybe that'll be up there. But yeah, thank you again for everybody that was listening. Thank you again to Carl. Signing off, it's Mateo.
And it's Carl.
And we will catch you guys in the next one.
Peace out.